Do we need a digital media regulation, or should the government do what it should ideally be doing first? To answer what the question it was asked in this particular case. This is a very, very crucial issue of discussion, and I would like to welcome our guests this evening. Shoaib Danial is the assistant editor of Scroll.in, is with us. Jiten Jain, a cyber security expert, is also with us, and Jency Jacob, managing editor of Boom. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us on this extremely crucial discussion, because the question asked was something different. The answer given was totally different. Should this necessarily be seen as whataboutery, or should there, or is there a need for some form of a regulation for digital media also? Jiten Jain, on the face of it, if we were to keep the whataboutery angle aside, on the face of it, is the government factually right in saying that digital media is the bigger problem than traditional media because it reaches people faster, so it needs to be regulated?
In a way, yes, Sanket. Look, if you were to look at digital media, I think NDTV, India Today, or CNN, IBN, you name all mainstream channels, they all have a news portal or digital media news portal. And they're doing a phenomenal job. And then you have this second variety of only online channels or, news portals like Print Scroll. They're doing decent journalism. So there is no problem with that. Now, the problem is, on your laptop, you can do just right now, just open China, Ladakh standoff, India, Ladakh standoff. There are several news websites, YouTube channels which are publishing news like 300 soldiers have died within 1 hour, Third World War has broken, and they're running for 2 hours, 3 hours. So there is some sort of, third-class journalism which is going on, which is becoming a problem, which is a clickbait journalism. Basically, if you click on them, they make revenue from ads. So I think those sort of portals have to be, tackled. Now, is regulation the way? May or may not be. I think in my opinion, it may not be a very simplistic form of regulation. You have to have some mechanism where you put some prescriptions, but not restrictions. For example, you could say that every news portal, online news portal which has to run, maybe it should have one person who has had some journalism degree, or if not degree, at least 10, 7, 8 years of experience in journalism, at least one person. Now there are, several news portals which have been operating from Pakistan as Indian news portal, disguising themselves for information warfare, running fake news campaigns. So those are the problems. So in my opinion, there are no simple answers.
No, one moment, Jiten. My counter argument over here, my counter argument is that if there is a website which is promoting hate, which is promoting enmity, which is spreading fake news or false news, or which is just blatantly wrong, whatever it is doing, the government has in the past and can in fact exercise the right of taking it down. You have taken down websites. No, you have taken down.
Not possible, because I'll tell you
why
what,
not possible?
By the time government takes action, the news goes viral on social media, and once the links and videos are shared on WhatsApp, it is almost impossible to take it down.
Digital media is not that big a problem. Social media is a bigger problem, right? Very quickly, Jency Jacob.
Social media is used to amplify this, fake news media on this suspicious side.
Mr. Jacob, what do you make of the argument? See, he does admit that you need a prescription and not a restriction, right? Because the moment you talk about regulations, it's a very bad word, right? It has negative connotations. It has the potential of state intervention or interjection, right? By the very sound of it. So I want to know from you, what do you think about, number one, the government's argument in the court, and number two, largely about this being a problem? Digital
Sanket, I would like to go back a little bit. First of all, when the Sudarshan TV matter came up before the government, they definitely took, they stepped back and they said, let the show run. They have to, agree to the prescribed code and ensure that there are no violations. Everyone cried and said, and shouted about it and said, no, the teaser in itself shows that there is going to be a lot of vilification of a minority community. It should not run. The government did not pay heed to that. Now, after that show has run, this matter has again come up. It's very unclear to me that why, when you were asked a question about a television channel or whether the television industry is regulated, why did the government choose to come and bring, an entire talk about, and as you used, whataboutery as far as go and first regulate digital media? This is something that puts a lot of question on the intent of the government in terms of what do they really want to do. See, this is not the first time, Sanket, that they have talked about regulation of digital media. They've talked about it earlier as well. If you ask me about my personal opinion, I do feel that there is nothing that we need to fear as far as regulation is concerned if you are really doing your job according to the prescribed code and conduct that a journalist is supposed to follow.
Correct.
But what does this mean when the government gets into it? Now, that is the worry that most journalists have and most editors have. And once you go down that path, what are you going to regulate? Tomorrow I can quit Boom and sit here at home, start an entire website and start reporting on news. What is going to stop going to stop me from doing that?
How will you
how are you to regulate that?
How will you define a social media news website? I mean, see, that's the problem. That's the what should I say? The nature of this beast called digital media. You don't have a definition, right? Shoaib Daniel, I want to bring you in. This whole point about the government saying in the court that bigger worry is digital media. Just to jog the memory of this government, which found it absolutely okay for Sudarshan TV to air this program, the promo or the promotional clip of this Sudarshan TV UPSC Jihad program went viral on social media. It went viral on social media, and the government found it acceptable, and they also gave a clearance. Fine, go ahead with the program. Now they are saying that social media and digital media is not correct. They are the bigger worry. Shoaib.
Yeah, so we should look at for a minute worrying for whom, because right now the union government exercises a fair amount of control over, say, TV media as well as print media in India. Because these are legacy industries. But because digital media has come up so recently, within the past decade, the government has no control. So, as a few panelists have already pointed out, this case had nothing to do with digital media whatsoever. But the government has sort of used this, it's sort of making hay while the sunshine as an opportunity to try and come in and regulate an industry that it doesn't have a foot in the door. So, this is like, there's a pattern in 2019. In fact, a draft legislation was also introduced to try and, again, sort of regulate digital media. So this has been a sort of constant endeavor by the government, and then it's trying to do that here. With respect to, which is the bigger worry, is a bit of a, it's a bit of a sort of difficult thing to, just sit here and sort of come out with. But the thing is, like you pointed out, Saket, there are really no boundaries like that right now. As you said, in this Sudarshan TV news example, for example, it was social media that took forward this news. It went viral on social media. So it's not like if you sort of regulate a website, you will be able to regulate, fake news or the websites are a bigger source of
Very important.
That's a bit of a thing. But I think the really important point is to see the motives of the government here. It's sort of, it's entering into an area that it did not have a leg in earlier. So it's using this as an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Jitin, I want to come back. See, the point is that as far as TV is concerned, one of the things that has been said and largely works in television or does not work in television is self-regulation. There is a section which will say that self-regulation has failed. It has failed, which is exactly why this program, this program, hate program, was about to go on air. Self-regulation could not stop or could not prevent it, right? So, what should the alternative to this be? Government intervention? See, the government in their response to the Supreme Court, the government says that we have more than enough provisions. We have sufficient framework in electronic and print media. The bigger malaise is digital. Shifted the goalpost.
I have a different view, Sanket. Look, self-regulation does not work at times. I think most of the channels, 99% have fairly done a good job because they do have a good amount of editorial oversight, a good amount of journalistic experience, a good reputation to maintain. There are exceptions everywhere. There are channels in the mainstream media who have carried fake news like how the Prime is dead, and they've refused to even apologize. So some people run this hate-mongering propaganda also, but there are exceptions which are there. But this self-regulation may not work always because this is the same argument which is given by these OTT operators like Netflix or Amazon Prime when they are making whatever they want and they say that government should not interfere because, we will take care for ourselves. And self-regulation seems to be failing here. So, I think one of the best way would be maybe the mainstream media could form a self-regulatory body to tackle the problem of this fake news on digital media. You have to understand that there's a difference between a blog site personal view and fake websites like WashingtonPostIndia.com, Times of, NewDelhi.com. People are trying to camouflage propaganda sites as news sites. So I think
how
those,
will you contain
and then
them?
you
Jitin, that's the
intentionally,
point.
in a coordinated
As a
manner,
cyber
viral
security
those
expert,
content.
let me ask you this question. How do you stop a Times of New Delhi GK2.com, right? If a website like this comes up,
simple.
how do you stop
Very
it?
simple.
How do you do it?
I think like social media platforms are already tied up with so many independent fact checkers. They could have another alternate mechanism of crowdsourcing the suspicious links. So they could ask, these third-party fact checkers or individuals to report such, fake news websites or so-called websites which project themselves as news. And I think whichever cases are listed can go to additional scrutiny. So there are ways, there are technical solutions which are available. But the problem is that are two problems of mainstream media and digital media related? I would say no, but digital media is, yes, it is a problem today.
The thing over there is...
Yes. Is that Jency? Jency, please go ahead.
No, that
Oh,
was
Shoaib. Shoaib wants to come in. Shoaib first and then Jency.
So I mean, I'm really like, I completely understand where you're coming from, Jitin, but the problem is since there are, so many actors who are not acting in good faith here. So the thing is, if it is really self-regulated, then if there is a Times of New Delhi GK2, I mean, unless you use the law, they're not going to take down their stuff, right? So we know that in this sort of thing where, I mean, you basically are only going to be regulating actors who are acting in good faith anyway, and who actually want to be honest news providers. The people who are actually, who are setting out to disseminate fake news.
Which is exactly the problem with TV also right now. See, electronic media, what is the problem? You've got the civilized, decent ones, law-abiding ones following all these self-regulation norms. And then you've got rogue actors who are not part of any of these committees. And thus lies the problem. Shoaib.
Well, Sanket, in the times that we live in, where we are already talking about internet, everything coming in through the fiber line, and Jio is already working overtime to bring everything put together. The content is going to come on your TV screen. What stops anyone from saying, I don't want to go and approach a television to get a TV license, which so much of money I have to spend, so much of regulations I have to follow. I will go and start a digital channel on a website and put it out. See, there are too many questions here right now, and I find it quite weird that the government in the top court decides to throw a question which they know that there is no real answer to. Because when you start getting into this, then tomorrow Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of them at the end of the day are disseminating news in some form or the other.
Correct.
And they don't want to identify themselves as a publisher.
Correct.
So these are really complex issues.
Correct.
I think the government should have stuck
questions will be
to the
asked
point
of
where
the government.
what they were asked.
Jitin Jain, see, the point is we have to differentiate between digital news media and social media. I think the real news platform where a bulk of this fake viral content is circulating is social media. And what has the government done as far as reining in Facebook and Twitter?
Look, Sanket,
so far, how successful has the government been?
No. I think, Sanket, I would agree with you that we need to differentiate between mainstream electronic and print media and this other media. But you cannot differentiate between social media and digital media. I mean, 50% of that video content which is hosted on those fake news websites is on YouTube or other video platforms. I mean, people are running live YouTube channels, live Facebook feeds. How do you stop them? So I think this is all interconnected ecosystem. You have to have a larger full ecosystem approach. So, I mean, just because Facebook does not want to, comply with any regulations in India does not mean that we should not make some. There is a problem. I am not saying you address it today. There may not be answers within the current laws, but it is an evolving problem. Maybe there will be evolving answers. Maybe some new law needs to come. Maybe some temporary provisions on the judicial pronouncements or judgment needs to come. But there has to be some solution and, some breaks to be put on to this problem of unverified media propaganda projecting themselves as, mainstream media narratives on social media. And what is happening is that because, I mean, a channel was running for 3 hours, that the Third World War has broken out. Nobody stopped it. So our point, and now even if you take down or find that channel, that clip will keep rotating on social media for ages. So that is the problem. If you do not address the problem in a larger sense, then individually picking up problems may not work. So in my opinion, mainstream media is different, digital media is different, but do not differentiate and put social media and digital media in two different baskets. They are two sides of the same coin. They have to be
No,
looked in
no, no, no,
in
no,
a larger picture.
Jitin. See, I would say that, won't you think that your argument seems to be slightly convenient, that digital media, social media, same thing? It is not. It is not. Digital news media is different from social media.
I'm saying it is connected. Sanket, I'm saying it's connected.
Oh, that way, anything on internet is connected. Anything on the internet. That way, Jitin, everything on the internet is connected. That's the nature of internet.
Website है, let's take an example. Print की जो website है, उसका 80% video content YouTube पे hosted है, फिर Facebook पे hosted है. Are you going to differentiate?
Okay.
Because they are offering free platforms, people are using it. YouTube Live.
Even if you were to think of
even your NXT is running on YouTube Live. Will you differentiate?
Okay, Gen Z as well as Shoaib, quick last comments. My point is, even if the government were to go ahead and work on a regulation, which, you know, mind you, they have tried. It's not the first time we are discussing this. The government has tried this in the past and has had to withdraw its order also. Gen Z, Jacob, let me ask you, do you think that the nature of the beast is such that it is going to be extremely difficult? How do you regulate something on the internet? Where are the boundaries?
I don't think this is a question that has been well thought of in terms of what the government really has on mind. I think that they are entering into uncharted territory. Secondly, let me also say this. I mean, I am really welcoming this move. Okay, I would like to see what is going to happen when all those political IT cells that are running pages on Facebook, that are running websites which spring up just before an important election, you know, and then use social media to disseminate what is available on their website. What is the government stand, or what is going to be any SC appointed panel stand going to be on that?
Sure.
First, I would like to see that, because that is the kind of nature of ecosystem that fact checkers like us are dealing with. And I'll be very interested to see where the government or any panel decides to draw the line. Because if you're not able to do that, then
it's a failed exercise.
Regulate digital media is not really going to help. It is just a form of backdoor entry.
Okay, a form of a backdoor entry. Interesting. Interesting. Why do you say that, Gen Z, very quickly? Why do you feel that this will be seen as a form of backdoor entry?
In any country in this world, the government or anyone who's in the establishment does not like the free press, period. They don't like free press. And that's why all these kind of via media measures are always sounds very interesting to them, because they really want to clamp down on people who do not know their
quick last comment from Shoaib Daniel also. Shoaib, I'll come to you, Jitin, one moment.
Yeah, just three things I want to sum up is, one is, you know, what Gen Z said, the definitional problem of social media is an IT cell of the Facebook, when it is run on Facebook, is that also digital media? Second is, you know, the government does not regulate social media, so it's obviously using this as an opportunity. And third is, we must realize this case is about Sudarshan TV, and this is just being used as a whataboutery technique, and it's very unfortunate. It just shows that the government is not acting in good faith. If it wants to discuss regulating social media, sure, there can be a discussion about it, but to discuss it now in court when you have this going on just shows a lack of good faith, and it just leaves me a bit rattled there.
Okay, Gen Z, Shoaib as well as Jitin Jain, I've run out of time, but thank you so much. I feel that this is an extremely important discussion to have, and this is not something which can come top down from the government. This has to involve way more thinking and a lot of strategizing and a lot of speaking before it is actually done, speaking to the people at large, because it affects one and all.